Hello, Friendlings. I'm Claude from Chicago. We are here for real people with real creativity in real time. Friendlings, never give up, and I want to you. Today, we are going to go through and talk about the CFC League. And a few people asked me, can you just simulate it without everyone playing? Would the same teams win? Would my teams do better? I don't know. We're going to find out today. But before we go any farther, this is a great thing about doing this on Streamlabs is I can just put the promotions in without editing. Special thank you to the Patreons for making these Patreon videos possible, as well as our merchandise holders. I would love to say that there is a sale, and it technically is a sale, but I actually made the shirts as cheap as possible, where I make, I think, 25 cents to 50 cents off a shirt and a mug, because why the heck are we spending $30, $40 for merchandise from streamers we don't care about? Okay, you guys care about me, all right? I only make 30, like I said, I don't make that much. But, all right, so people are just curious. Unfortunately, you already saw the spoiler, and if you hadn't seen any other streams up to this point, I'm sorry, you're not part of our league. I'm sorry, you got the spoiler here. This is the final. This is the final here, and these are the season standings. I'm going to take a picture off my phone just to remember, because I'm not going back and do a bunch of editing. This is on Valentine's Day, by the way, and I hope you all have a lovely Valentine's Day, friendlings. So we're going to give everyone some love, and we're going to simulate the season, and we'll go from there and see if it's how much different it is. All right, friendlings, I had to make 2 edits because I don't know what I'm doing and I'm going too fast. So I finally found it here. There is a CFC Custom League, and I accidentally made a CFC Custom League 2, so definitely not clicking on that. We're going to click our teams as random. All right, Lakeshore Lasers, they did the second worst. So that's random. Clicked on that. We're going to change all the settings to exactly what we had before, and we're going to start the season here. All right, we're going to simulate. Oh, man, do I have to simulate all of the games by like individuals? This could take forever. No, we could skip all. Okay, boom, perfect. So after the first simulation, this is where everything stands. All right, and then we'll go to our game. We'll simulate our game. Boom. Skip. And I just got to do this 31 more times. So 30 more times, and we'll go from there. All right. I thought there was an easy way to just simulate the season, but I don't know if that's possible. Let's take a look after this one. All right, that took way longer than way longer than I needed it to be. Oh my gosh. But all right, this is how it ends after we simulate the entire season on the Lakeshore Lasers. This is the way, and it is definitely different. Wait, how many more? Oh, there's more games. How many more games are left? Please tell me this is it. Perfect. Um, Start the playoffs. Boom. You missed the playoffs. Oof, our team missed the playoffs. So, but that was well. Actually, my team actually did miss the playoffs. The original season standings. So these are the teams that made the playoffs. Every team made the playoffs except for the Highlands in this division. So let's take a look on my phone real quick. So the CFC League, this is what changed. The Luigi's had the exact same win-loss ratio, which is crazy. The Windy City Cyclones had the exact same win-to-loss ratio. For Triton, had less wins in this one. They were 17 and 15 instead of in the last one. This one they're 15 and 17. And Yeet City went 14 and 18. This one they went 20 and 12, like the year the world ended. But the Highlands were the biggest upset here, going down from 23 and 9 to 14 and 18, the worst. They even run differential. But remember, me not controlling the team and racking up the runs like we used to do, where we'd blow people out by 20, 25 points runs. Yeah, they don't think the robot was doing that. I think the robot was struggling, clearly. The Windy City Cyclones went 16 and 16. The Lakeshore Lasers went 14 and 18 in this one, and in the last one they went 12 and 20. So they did get better by 2 wins. So in the other division, the Metal Petals went 19 and 13 again, which is exactly the same. The Finances jumped from 14 and 18 to now 19 and 13. The Engines went 16 and 16. Now they went 15 and 17. And then the Mines had the worst season. The last one had 8 and 24, and this time they're 13 and 19. And then in the last one, the Trucking division, Royal Taps still take first place, but this time they improved to 22 and 10. Last time they were 21 and 11. The Final Act make the playoffs this time, when last time they were 16 and 16. Now they are. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong page. My bad, I'm looking reverse. So the last time in the Trucking division, Final Act was 18 and 19. This time they're 13 and 19. Sorry, I keep reading that wrong. This is the third time I'm reading this. I don't know if I cut it out or not. Final Act went 18 and 14 in the last one. This time they went 13 and 19. The Truckers make the playoffs in that 4 seed at 18 and 14. Last time they were 16 and 16. And then the Lightning, again, dead last. They even got worse in this playoff run. Last time they were 12 and 20. This time they're 11 and 21. So that's the simulations. And then let's just simulate the playoff games, considering we can't even play them at all. I'm just curious on how this would all turn out. But hopefully this gives you guys a little bit of an understanding that these games are completely simulated from the other side perspective. Now, obviously, the games that I play, we have a control in that in terms of the difficulty, which we put on a random wheel for people that didn't watch the streams. We would have an ego wheel that would choose the random difficulty, and it would change. The better we did, the harder it got for the regular season. And in the postseason, it was a little different, but relatively the same concept. But yeah, I'm just curious on how this is who's going to win this one. So, looks like the Cyclones make it to their next round, and the Luigis make it to the second round. The Luigis probably will make it. They have a pretty hot team. The Royal Tap are here, and then I'll go over this once we finish it. But I'm just curious right now. The Luigis make it in 2. And then the Royal Tap pull off that huge comeback right there. Or sorry, the Royal Tap. I don't know, I'm reading this wrong. But the Meadows still win. And then we're in the finals here. Luigi's win. And then we got Luigi's again. So the Luigi's, once they beat their first round against Fort Triton, they are well rested up. So the final playoff bracket will go from the top left to the bottom left to the top right to the bottom right. So the top bracket last time was Luigi's versus Fort Triton. It was literally a rematch. They swept them last time at 2-0. Now they go 2-1. And then the bottom last time was the Windy City Cyclones and the Fredlings. Fredlings took 2-1 on top of them, but this time the script was flipped with the Eat City. And then at the top right, it was the Metals and the Final Act, but now it was the Metals and the Finances, which Metals once again. Well, the Metals actually lost last time. No. The Metals lost last time. This time they win. And then at the bottom right, it was last time it was the Moshe versus the Royal Taps. The Royal Taps won this time over the Truckers 2-0. They lost last time 0-2 against the Engines. And then in the middle, it was relatively the same. The Luigis actually flipped the script. Went 2-0. The Metals went 2-1. And then the finals, obviously, the Luigi. So hopefully this proves to everyone that this is how the simulation works. I'm sure if I ran this a bunch of other times, it would work the exact same way in terms of, randomness. Because this game is a simulator, and it's not like the MLB show where it's kind of predetermined, which they don't like to say. But I hope you enjoyed, Fredlings. Again, special thank you to our Patreon members, as well as our merchandise holders for all the support and help over the years. This is a very unique style video, and it was a theory that I guess we usually normally want to do. So I am Claude from Chicago, and remember, a real Fredling makes their own luck. Bye!